it's Lissa Kreisler, and welcome to Community Storytelling, brought to you by Linda Lester and Lester Square. And today's going to be so much fun because I have next to me a graduate of Los Gatos High School, a Wildcat, right?
A Wildcat, forever.
So it was Nadine Torin as your maiden name,
correct.
And now it's Nadine Bubeck.
Bubeck.
And what year were you?
2003. And I've done so many interviews, and now I'm like most nervous for this because it's hitting too close to home.
Oh, but it's just me.
I know, it's just
me.
Okay,
I'm not going to ask you anything you won't know how to answer. In fact, you were a TV person.
I did.
So you graduated 2003, and you went to college?
Well, we'll back up a little bit. Growing up in Los Gatos was like growing up in paradise. I mean, we never locked our doors. I went to Blossom Hill, I went to Fisher, I went to the high school. I lived at the Forbes Mill condos on Edelin, on Tate. And just growing up here was picturesque. And so it was really hard to leave, but I did. And I went to the University of Missouri to study journalism.
But that was too far, right?
That was quite a change.
Yes.
But I lasted a year, and then I transferred to San Francisco State, and that's where I graduated from with my bachelor's in radio and television.
And were you home every weekend?
No. I was not home every weekend. I enjoyed living in the city. Yeah, it was really nice.
That's fun. It's fun. And then you ended up in Arizona.
I ended up in Arizona. So, you know, I always had a passion for writing, for speaking, and, you know, inside of me, I always wanted to be a reporter. So while I was in college, I got an internship at ABC7. That was my first internship at KGO. And then my second internship / job was at KPIX, Channel 5.
Were you ever on TV, or were you always behind the scenes? No,
always, you know, intern. And KPIX gave me a lot of opportunity to produce and help write. And I still keep in touch with a lot of the people there. I mean, I got to work with the best of the best over there. And it really set me up for success. However, your first TV news job is somewhere very small. Have you heard of Yuma, Arizona?
I have heard of Yuma, Arizona.
Why? A lot of people haven't, because it's only this big and 120 degrees in the summer. So that was my first TV job, making $7 an hour. Yeah.
How much? $7 an hour.
Yeah.
And what were you doing there?
I was reporting and anchoring. It was my first TV job.
So how long did you stay there?
I was there for a year to the day, and then got my second job in San Diego at Fox 5 in San Diego. And that was like moving to heaven on earth.
I bet.
From Yuma. But
and, a little closer to Los Gatos, too.
A little closer, and, you know, kind of leaving your heart in California. And San Diego was just fantastic. Fox, I mean, I got to report at the beach, at surf competitions, Comic-Con, and my station was amazing. And I loved working there. I did a lot of feature stories, and, you know, when you start out in the business, I'm sure a lot of kids now going to high school, you know, they want to pursue broadcast journalism. You learn to do everything. So I not only was the reporter, but I also did the editing and the shooting and putting together stories all by myself.
So you can come back later and edit this interview.
No, thanks.
Well,
I don't plan on doing editing again. But then it's a very tedious process, but it's very creative.
It is very creative. Yes. But you ended back in Arizona again.
I did. I ended up in Arizona. So, you know, after Fox, I went to explore my next best thing, and my girlfriend at Fox said, hey, you know, come to the Phoenix Open with me, which is obviously in Scottsdale, a big golf tournament. So we went there, and I like to say she kind of arranged a marriage for me and introduced me to her friend there, whose name is Nate. And I ended up getting a job in Phoenix. So I transferred from Fox 5 San Diego to Channel 5 in Phoenix as the morning show traffic anchor.
And the rest of the story
the rest of the story, I woke up at 2:30 in the morning every day for 4 years.
I did it for 40. I did it for 40 years.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
40, I cannot fathom, but it was fantastic. I mean, yes, I was reporting on traffic, but it really gave me the opportunity to do other types of stories. I got involved with some local magazines, and I started my own blog and stuff. And of course, on the personal side, it ended up working out with me and Nate.
Yes, it did. You got married.
It did.
And you and I became Facebook friends.
We did.
I don't even remember.
But
how
I know you. I feel like we're soul
I
sisters. So
don't even remember
here we are.
How that all happened. But I remember every morning I used to always comment, and
yes,
you would comment back.
You did.
We were both up at the same time.
Yes. You form a tribe at 2:30 in the morning.
So before we talk
interesting
about
people.
what's going on today with you,
Sure.
because so much is going on. What did you take with you from Los Gatos and from the high school?
You know, from the high school, I really think, you know, I'm going to fast forward for a second, because now I bring my kids back, and we'll get to that. and I watch them on the steps. They love to play on the high school steps, and it's so nostalgic for me. And actually this morning I posted on Instagram that, you know, my 3 boys are here in Los Gatos, and I didn't realize how lucky I was, because now that I'm here and visiting, and the community hasn't changed, it's only progressed. People care about this town, and it's stunning. I mean, it's like out of a movie. And to come back just really kind of refuels my heart and makes me feel like I have a sense of home in another place, and it will never go away. So I guess what I've always taken from Los Gatos is a sense of home.
Well, I think this high school belongs in a movie.
It does.
I mean,
I think it's been in movies.
The
outside,
or if it
yes.
hasn't, it should be. Yes, because it's just a gorgeous campus.
It does. But it's more just the aura of Los Gatos.
Yes. Do you like the statue outside?
I think it's beautiful. It's really cool.
Isn't that neat? We did a story on that.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm going to make my kids go pose with it. So
don't get too close.
I know.
Okay,
I know.
Just warning you. So you have 3 children now.
I have 3 children. Ages 3 under 4. So I have a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 6-month-old.
So what were you thinking?
We weren't. So after Nate and I got married, you know, we decided it was time to start planning, and becoming pregnant, and the whole process of the pregnancy really took an emotional toll on me, and I actually journaled through my entire pregnancy. And at 20 weeks pregnant, I was diagnosed with complete placenta previa, and basically my doctor looked me in the eye and she's like, hey, you are going to be hospitalized, birth a preemie, and bleed, and all this stuff, and everything she said happened. So by 28 weeks, you know, I stopped working. I was on bed rest. I had my baby shower in the hospital, and Nicholas came quite early, and I journaled throughout the entire thing. Luckily, Nicholas was born a fighter, my first son. He was born 4 pounds, 11 ounces, 6 weeks early, spent 7 nights in the NICU, but still, it was a very life-changing experience for me. You know, you expect on Facebook, you see these bellies, you see these pregnancies, you see these births, and you expect it to all be perfect. And while our story wasn't perfect, it was still a beautiful journey, and it's my story. So I actually published my pregnancy journal, which was I look back at it now and I think, what was I doing? But I think I wanted to just share a real candid account of the mentality of a first pregnancy. I mean, that's really what it was.
Is the book in the bookstores?
The book is available at Barnes & Noble and on Amazon.
And it's called?
Expecting Perfect.
What a great title.
Thank you.
What a great title.
Thank you.
Now, your 2 other children, were those normal
They were fine.
pregnancies?
Yeah, they were fine. Actually, after I had Nicholas, you know, I went back to work for a few months, and my heart wasn't there anymore. I wanted to be home for him, and I wanted to really be around and available. And if I was up at 2:30 in the morning, I wanted to be feeding him and not at work. So I made that transition out of TV, waking up every morning, and I really just dedicated myself to my son, my family, and also honoring my entrepreneurial spirit. I write for numerous publications, and I've since kind of morphed into this mom contributor on TV. I've done a lot of segments. Then also, I'm sure we'll get to it, as I launched a clothing line.
Yes, what's that clothing line called?
So the clothing line is called Mama B Designs, and of course, Nicholas inspired it because Mama B Designs, we are official partners of March of Dimes. And a lot of people don't know this, but premature birth is the #1 cause of death among children 0 to 5. And that's according to the National Foundation that spreads awareness, education, and research for premature babies. So 50% of each item sold from our Miracle line goes directly to the foundation.
That's a lot.
It is. It's a lot because I wanted to be substantial. You know, it's hard to sell. It's hard to spread awareness. That's why I'm like, please, you know, anything I could do to help spread the word of Mama B Designs. We don't donate $1. We donate 50% of each item sold to the foundation.
Is this all online purchases?
It's all online, free shipping, mamabdesigns.com. But, you know, fast forward,
You said that too quickly.
I have
Slow down, say it again.
Mama B Designs, and it's MAMABdesigns.com. And, you know, our apparel is very playful and comfortable and chic and movable. We have stuff for mom, inspirational. It says miracles happen, believe in miracles. And then we have stuff for children that says miracle, mama's miracle. And then we also have some fun boy mama shirts because I am one. So if you happen to be a boy mama, we have those too.
Yeah, my 3 sons.
My 3
I don't know
sons.
if you ever, I think you're too young to have watched the TV show.
Well, I always use the hashtag.
Okay, that's well, it was a TV show, and it was a great TV show on Saturday nights.
We can easily bring it back because I have 3 of them.
Fred McMurray.
They're very energetic.
So What's next?
Well, I'm pretty busy at home with the boys.
Yes.
I'm pretty busy at home. I really do enjoy watching Mama B Designs grow and seeing where I can take it.
You the CEO?
I am the
You
it.
are it.
I am.
Do you have any employees?
No.
You do it all by yourself?
I do it all by myself. I use I use a local printer to Silicon Valley.
Right.
And that's my printing company, but I design them and I sell them, and I figured out how to do the whole thing online, and I'm just trying to figure it out as I go. And that's kind of the puzzle pieces that, I'm hoping that some people at the high school would be watching a segment like this. You can just put puzzle pieces together and figure it out as you go. If you really want to be a reporter, if you really want to be a fashion designer, if you really want to be this, that, or the other thing, you can really just go for it and figure it out. And that's kind of what I've learned as well. I've made a lot of mistakes, and I continue to make the mistakes, but I learn from them, I grow from them, and I just try to do it better the next time. So I guess next, I have 3 now, under 4. They keep me busy. We do a lot of traveling. I write for Kid Tripster, which is a travel website. Yeah, so I love just...
Do you sleep?
It's overrated.
Well, it is.
It is overrated.
We learned that.
It is overrated.
Nice.
It's nice, but I try to work it into my week. But I like being busy, and I think it's really important, for millennial moms to have that sense of home and to have that sense of family and to have that sense of motherhood, but to also find something else that fuels their fire inside. So I'm just trying to keep fueling myself.
What does your husband do?
My husband's in commercial real estate. Yeah, so that is whoosh over my head. I want nothing to do with it.
He could come out here. Are you ever going to
Ask
move
him.
back?
I love Scottsdale. Scottsdale actually does remind me a lot of Los Gatos. It is a very well-kept community, and people do care, and it's a great vacation destination. But I have family here. I have parents here, so grandparents. I have my sister here. My kids would have cousins here. So if we don't move here, which who knows, we'll always come back. I have that sense of home.
And have you spent any time? Have you gone back to the high school? I'm pointing in that direction
behind me.
Because I think you would be fabulous for a school assembly.
I would love to.
What you can become.
I would love to.
And how your life has changed course.
Well, some of my teachers are still there. I think my English teacher is now the principal.
I've met her.
I think that's it. I think Miss Dehorn, she was Lynch, but I don't know, but she was my leadership teacher. So I think there's a lot of still teachers there that, we've reconnected over Facebook, and that's the beauty of social media. And, I'd love to come back, and I'd love to get involved and get out here. And I just think what the high school does and the community does for our kids here is fantastic, and it really just pushes them to go and fly because of what we have access to here. And my hope for every kid in high school potentially watching is to know how lucky you are that you live here, because it is heaven on earth.
I think almost everybody does, and if they don't, they should. You're right there. So I always like to ask this because you've moved away. Is there a restaurant and a store you miss?
Well, I guess I will tell you, my first job was when Pizza My Heart opened.
Yes.
But where I really left my heart was at Tangle's Hair Salon, where I worked. And I was I was a receptionist there, and
Terry Hope's daughter.
Terry Hope's Renee used to manage it, and now it's Sarah. And it's like during high school I had 20 older sisters, so I'll always have a sense of connection to them. And when I think of Los Gatos, I think of them to this day. On Delay, of course. I mean. And then I see all these new places. I'm like, what is that? But it was fun. It's fun because Nicholas really likes to get a slice of pizza at Pizza My Heart, and then walking by Tangle's is just, it fills a part of me that I just don't get anymore.
That's great. I'm so glad you had the time to sit with me.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. It means a lot.
Proud graduate of Los Gatos High
very
School.
Proud.
2003.
Thank you.
Nadine Bubeck.
That's right.
And the line again for your clothing?
MamaBDesigns.com.
So it might crash now. You never know.
I would hope so.
Everybody will be on it at the same time.
You.
How delightful. Love your story.
Thank you.
And love how your life has evolved and how you've just gone and gotten it.
Thank you.
Gone and gotten it.
Thank you, Lisa.
Go, girl, go. Huh? So, community storytelling. You got a story like Nadine's? I bet you do. You can nominate yourself or nominate a friend at kcat.org. And I always love to say thank you so much for being with us right here at KCAT TV 15.